Clones are good for the knife industry, or are they? We'll talk about that. Also, one of my favorite fixed blades now being available in the perfect size, and we'll be talking about which EDC category will experience the most innovation over the next few years. Oh, and a EDC in a wallet challenge. Maybe. It's up to you guys. My name is Taylor Martin, this is Deep Cuts, and let's do the damn thing. All right, first up, we have show and tell. This is what I've considered one of my favorite fixed blades to come out in recent years. It's the Overland by TJ Schwarz, or Schwarz Knives, and it's great. There's a folding version of it now by Millet Knives, as well as a CRKT version of this knife. And my one complaint from this knife originally was just that it's a little too big for EDC. And as the name suggests, Overland was kind of meant to be more of an outdoor camp knife thing, right? It's really good for food prep and general around the camp tasks, but not great for EDC. So later, TJ came out with the Overland Sport, which shrunk this down to a little bit smaller, but in my opinion, as good as it was, it didn't shrink down as well as I'd hoped. Like, it was smaller and it was the same knife and shape, but it just didn't translate to a much smaller design as well as I'd hoped. However, we now have the Overland X, which is perfectly in the middle of those two knives. It's the perfect size, and one of my favorite things is it has the same handle design or texturing, we'll call it like a ribbed handle from the LT5, which I really, really like. I didn't really love the inset handle on the Overland Sport. It just, I don't know, wasn't my thing. And this one's good. It's just a plain micarta handle, but the texturing on the Overland X, perfect. This thing is exactly what I wanted out of this, just as a more EDC style. So it also comes with a Kydex sheath. You can get an ulti clip to fit on there, and you can completely customize this knife to have whatever finish or combination of scales and hardware and hardware sheath that you would like. That's all available over on the Schwarz Knives website. And this knife is a little bit cheaper, $20 cheaper than the full-sized at $275. Really not a bad deal at all for an American-made knife that you can totally customize, and it's damn good. So that's show and tell for today. Oh, and really quickly, I just wanted to show that scale a little bit better to show you like what I mean by a little bit better EDC size. Here it is next to the Red Hawk, which is obviously my design, but one of my favorite knives to EDC. So it's a little bit bigger than that. The Sport was a little bit smaller. I think this is the perfect size. So anyway, that's show and tell for today. As for when they're available, TJ is trying to do a drop about every week. So he's trying to make them available and so that you can buy one. But they do tend to go pretty quickly. And I'm not sure if you could just go on the website and build a custom and wait for it, but go check over on the website. There's a link down below. And I believe my coupon code will get you 10% off. It's included with the link. All right, now we are to the EDC Confessionals. You guys apparently really liked this last week, and I did too. It's really cool to see some of these. But this week we had to choose what I think is a controversial topic. I've taken a pretty harsh stance on it in the past, and I don't think I've changed my opinion at all. But the very first confession comes from Nomad1430, and he says, I bought a fake bug out, and I love it. I've been seeing more and more bug outs on like the TikTok shop that are definitely from Temu or DHgate. They're like $10, which are being sold as Benchmade, and I'm very clearly against that. Something that is trying to pass itself off as something else, right? So $180 bug out being sold as a Benchmade bug out, or a clone being sold as a Benchmade bug out for 10 bucks. Like, obviously the buyer knows that they're buying a clone, but that's really scummy. I also don't like companies that use other companies' designs. Gonzo, Firebird, those are two brands, or it's really the same brand, but that's a brand that has built their entire existence off doing that. And now they make, I think, a few or some more like in-house design stuff, but it's all very generic. There's another company, Land, the Seramu whatever, which was basically a Chris Reeve Sabenza knockoff. So it didn't claim to be a Chris Reeve Sabenza, but it looks exactly like a Sabenza. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not at all. But there is another confession that is on the topic of clones. This one comes from Josh, and he says, I buy clones to see if I like the way a knife feels before I purchase them, so I don't waste my money on a knife I won't carry daily. I love the look of the expensive knives and good steels, but can't afford the fancy ones. Being a new father, all my money goes to diapers. Look, I get it. I get it, and I understand this reasoning for buying a clone first, right? Getting a feel for a knife to see if you're actually gonna like it, but I really think that's just justifying doing something that you shouldn't. Because you can always flip a knife, right? You can buy a knife if you wanted to save up and get the nice one, the real one. You could always flip it and sell it. Probably not for exactly what you have into it. But when you do this, you're still like rewarding these shitty companies that are ripping off people's R&D and hard work and designs. They're profiting off somebody else's work so that you can test out something that's not necessarily gonna feel the same. Now, there are high-end clones, which is a whole nother thing. There are high-end clones now that are $200–300. If you know where to look on Reddit, you'll find some of these knockoff companies that are literally one-to-one replicas of some very nice and very expensive knives. The thing is, they're labeling these blades as like a higher end steel, and they're not using that steel a lot of the times. They've been caught for doing that, for saying, hey, this is D-tube, and in reality it's like 3CR. So you're, one, not sure of what you're actually getting, you're not supporting the original artist or designer, and you're putting money in the pockets of people who are literally stealing IP. And there's all sorts of mental gymnastics and justifications that people try to use to justify and make this okay, but it's not okay. It's still, at the end of the day, stealing. I'm never going to support it, and I know that a lot of you disagree with me on this, and you think that some of these companies are overcharging for their knives, but in reality, they're just trying to make a living, and most of these knife companies and knife company owners or knife designers are not rolling in the dough, they're just making a living. And it's companies like this who make that more difficult because they're devaluing what these people are doing. The service and the products that they're making or providing are getting devalued by companies who rip it off for pennies on the dollar. Yeah, I'm not a fan of any kind of clones, never have been, but this is your confessional, so I'm glad you got it off your chest. Let me know what you think in the comments down below about clones and knockoffs and whether you think it's okay to buy a cheap knockoff before you buy the real thing. Duke it out in the comments. I'm excited to see what you guys say about this. And also terrified. All right, now we need to thank the channel sponsors who make all of this possible. First up, we have Worksharp. Obviously, we know that they make amazing knife sharpeners, from belt-driven power sharpeners to guided sharpeners, but they also make knives, the RMX. They are awesome, and they are dropping them every single Monday at 10 a.m. PST. Don't be late, because they always sell out. We also want to thank bigidesign. They've been a supporter of this channel for a very long time. They make awesome pens and pocket tools and knives, but now, well, not now, they've been doing them for a while, but they also have watches, and this is their newest. It is on Kickstarter. Right now, it's the TI GMT. It is quite nice. I also want to thank Carry Commission, which is my own retail store. Last week, we became one of the very few dealers for UG tools. We just talked about them as well. 3D printed titanium handles, as well as little accessories like this keychain french fry fork with a bottle opener on it. If you are in the US and you want one of these, you can go to Carry Commission and get one now. They also make a chef knife that is really, really nice. It's my favorite kitchen knife ever. It's not even close. And finally, I want to thank Whatnot. Whatnot is a live streaming auction platform. Think of it as eBay meets TikTok. They come together, and it is really wild, and it's a lot of fun. We go live over on Whatnot a few times a month. It is always fun. We sell off things like factory seconds from Jack Wolf, Blims from Carry Commission, my own personal collection, and much more. They also have cards and vintage clothing, everything you can think of. You can find it on Whatnot. Use my link down below or this QR code and you'll get $15 towards your first purchase. All right, so up the ante, Taylor versus Ricky, and we're gonna mix it up a little bit this time by using this. This is a grip trainer that was given to me for my birthday from Ken Onion Jr., and we're gonna go for most reps. Right, yep. So this is variable. You can pop this little latch and choose the level of which you want to use. We have 55, 84, 112, 141, 170, and 198, and that's in pounds, and it's got your kilograms on the other side for all those levels. You're thinking 112, right? I'm
thinking 112. 141, there's no way I could do reps. Even 112, I might not be able to do reps, to be honest with you. My forearms are kind of... Yeah. I don't have a lot of confidence going into this one, ain't gonna lie.
I've got like a bum index finger on this side.
Why do we even?
This was your idea.
This was my idea.
Yeah, my bum index finger. So I'm gonna do left-handed, but I'm gonna let you go first.
Huh. Okay, so you're gonna go left.
I'm gonna go lefty.
Shoot.
That makes you really look like a bitch if you lose.
Oh, brother. And if I win, you're gonna give one of these away. If you win,
Yep.
You win nothing.
You win nothing.
I'm sorry.
You guys are gonna be rooting for Ricky.
We've had a good run though.
I've lost 3 in a row, right?
Yeah, we've had a good run. All right. Oh, brother.
What, one?
I can't. Are we like touching?
They have to touch.
Oh, brother, no. Yeah,
Can't do
no, I'm gassed on that. Go. Let me see. You probably can.
Yeah, there's 1.
Can you?
2, 3.
No, you're not touching,
Yeah,
bro.
they're touching.
No, they're
It's
not.
hitting here. It won't close anymore.
Let me see.
It literally won't.
Oh, okay. Then I might have been touching. I'm not sure. I was going on here.
All right, well, I did 5 and I stopped.
Damn. All right,
I could keep going.
All right.
Yeah, you feel it touch
Oh. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, that's right.
10?
My thumb.
there. You're also gripping it further down now.
No, it was up here. Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just 10. Yeah. Ooh,
All right.
that was not nice on the
10.
thumb.
I did 5. You counted
Yeah.
mid-rep, like stop and start.
Yeah, sorry.
dude.
I
I'm
messed
just gonna-
up. Just go. I mean, you could start at 5. It doesn't matter.
So you did 11 or 10?
No, I think I did 10. I think
Okay.
11 didn't count.
All right. 1, 2, 3. I'm losing it. 4, 5, 6, 7. It's not touching. Oh.
It's you did 5 though. I think you should win. You did 5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that hand's torched.
Yeah.
I might be able to do right. Oh man. Yeah, my
That
index.
hurts. Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah, my index
I
is
think you
torched.
should win. You did 5 extra. Even though I messed up, I thought we were supposed to be touching this.
No,
I don't
it
think.
planks right there in that little jaw.
Yeah, I don't think I would have gotten any extra anyway.
I think I've won every time it's been your idea.
Yeah. I think from now on, no more ideas from me. I mean, you guys have won quite a lot of good stuff. We've given away an RMX, a Chavez.
Dude, I've done something in my hand. I don't know what. But...
Yeah, you should go to the hospital. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Ricky. We are on to the community carry of the week. This time we have a photo from Lance Phillip, aka Adventure 50, right here on YouTube. In this photo, obviously it's a blue and silver carry. In this photo we have a Finch Oxbow in deep blue resin, as well as the fixed blade below it, which is the Aries EDC Bloom Harpoon Custom. The flashlight is an Olight i3T EOS, and below that is his multi-tool, the SOG Power Pint. He has a Gear Infusion Ever Ratchet, a Right in the Rain all-weather pocket pin, as well as the watch to the far right is the Credio Quartz Dive Watch. He says, not pictured is my Right in the Rain Monsoon wallet with a Right in the Rain mini notebook and my Wazoo Viking Spark necklace, which looks like that right there. He says, I'm a YouTuber and my carry changes daily. The 3 things that almost never change are my Swiss Army knife, the SOG Power Pint, and Gear Infusion Ever Ratchet. There's no Swiss Army knife in here, bro. The Ever Ratchet and Power Pint work so well together. My grandfather started me on my knife journey. He would take me fishing as a kid. Then as a teenager, my dad and uncle started me on my love of camping. Those were the origins of my EDC life. All 3 of them are gone now, but I will always have the great memories. One piece of gear that I'm missing is the Civivi Klingman. The problem is that I want the black washed blade with the brown micarta or black micarta scales. We don't have black micarta, by the way. Will those ever be available? Any way you could make that happen? Lastly, when will your gas can lighter go on sale? Okay, so what you're talking about is this right here. This is a black blade or a total hardware swapped Klingman. The thing is, we never sold these officially. What I did is I purchased a whole bunch of them, like a lot of them, from Civivi, and then I sat over that desk over there and hardware swapped all of them to make all of the stonewash blades black. So we had green micarta and brown micarta with black hardware and blade, and then the black G10 or burgundy with a satin blade or stonewash blade. I did that over on Whatnot months ago. It was kind of grueling doing all that hardware swapping, but I don't know if I want to do it again. So if you want me to do it again, you got to let me know in the comments down below. We got to get some oomph behind that, because it was a lot of work swapping. Like, God, I think I blade swapped well over 100 knives, and it took a long time because you have to take off every single screw. You can't just like pop the scales off. You have to totally disassemble the knife and then reassemble it. It was a lot. So it's possible. It's possible. We did it before, but you guys got to convince me to do it again, I guess. So anyway, thank you for sharing, Lance. Finally, we are down to what's in my pockets. So obviously today I have this. I grabbed it because of Lance. I wanted to show it, and it's just been in my pocket ever since. The rest of the stuff is basically the same. We have an Okluma DC0 in bronze, my gaslight lighter, which I did forget to answer the question. We'll get to that in a second. Hitchhiker wallet, same wallet as always. Also have Leatherman Arc and the watch, the TI GMT from bigidesign. That's what's in my pockets today. Basically the same as always. But remember, if you want me to switch to just a wallet, you gotta tell me how you think I should do that. This is the Gaslight Industries lighter. They're not out yet. We're still experimenting with a couple of things, but I can tentatively tell you that the hopeful launch date for Gaslight Industries will be early to mid-September. We're ironing out a few more kinks, but we are almost there. So I promise it will not be much longer. We are working on finishing these up and getting them out to you guys. So stay tuned. Just go to gaslightindustries.com and you can find the email sign up. And if you sign up there, we'll let you know whenever we launch. And before, you can also find us on Instagram at gaslight.ind. The winner of the button lock Elementum is Todd this guy over here. He said, I think flashlights will see the most innovation. They have been innovating the most over the past few years. So we've already discussed this to death. I don't disagree with you, Todd, at all, and congratulations on your button lock Elementum. All right, and then this week's giveaway, if you want to find the instructions for it, it's in your inbox. You have to be signed up for the EDC Weekly newsletter to get the instructions for how to enter. So go check your inbox. If you're not signed up, you've missed the boat. However, this is what's up for grabs. This is the UG Tools Kubotan. It is a 3D printed glass breaker. It's ergonomic and it's very lightweight and cool. So if you want to win this, go check your inbox. See what the instructions are. All right, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Just a reminder, there is an audio-only version of this if you want to listen to it on your commute. You can find that down below or anywhere you listen to podcasts. That's it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, carry on.